your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson, we're back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. 2A playoff baseball. This is a winner's bracket game between the number 1 South Sevier Wolves, last year's 2A state champion, and the number 6 Enterprise Wolves. And should be a dandy baseball game. Yeah, it really should. These two teams have not played this year that I could see. Biggs Northrup, the starting pitcher for the South Sevier Rams, is 5-0. And Logan Veeder will take the mound for the Kanab Cowboys. He is 2-3. Overall, these two teams, the number 6 seeded Kanab Cowboys come in with a 12-7 record, and the number 1 South Sevier Rams 21-1. They started this tournament 19-1, and so far 2-0 to add to that, so 21-1. Well, before we give you the starting lineups, we've got the coaches meeting and umpires meeting at home plate. I want to remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Channel V6, providing live and video on-demand access to high school sports across the Uinta Basin in northeastern Utah. Download the free mobile app or go to channelv6.com. So I appreciate our broadcast partners here. We've got Elliot and Tavin here in the booth with us. Kenny somewhere. He's probably eating. He ain't over there at the camera now, so he's probably off eating somewhere. He's getting used to working here at BYU, you know. So, yeah, we got a good game. I'll tell you, we'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups. We'll have Coach Nolan Anderson here give the starting lineup for the Kanab Cowboys, the visitors in today's ball game. Yeah, their head coach is Craig Brinkerhoff, and starting leading off number 1 or in the first position, number 11, the shortstop, Kel Glover. Batting second, number 22, at second base, Jackson Riddle. Batting third, number 20, in left field, Lane Sims. Batting fourth, number 4, the third baseman, Griffin Bone. Batting fifth, number 27, in right field, Cash Kabonic. Batting sixth, number 8, the catcher, Maddox Baird. Batting seventh, number 23, in center field, Waylon White. Batting eighth, number 9, at third base, Brogan Verosco. Batting ninth, number 14, and pitching, Logan Veeder. All right, and for the South Sevier Wolves, the home team in this ball game as they take the field, leading things off for Coach Eric Baker. At second base, number 3, Riley Barney. Batting second, the shortstop, number 1, Ridge Tebbs. Batting third in center field, 22, Keegan Heath. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 10, that's Tate Brown. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 6, Peyton Ingram. Batting sixth, the pitcher today, number 18, Biggs Northrup. Batting seventh, batting seventh, the third baseman, number 31, Kenyon Oakland, who had that 3-run home run the first game they played yesterday. Batting eighth in left field, number 4, Tyson Robb. And batting ninth, the DH, number 28, Cameron Hesse. Rounding out the lineup in right field, number 8, Riker Freeman. So, got Biggs Northup out there taking the warm-ups here right now. He's a big right-hander. Got a curveball, comes kind of 3/4 to right straight down over the top. Got that 250, 2.50 ERA in 28 innings pitched, 14 base and balls to 24 strikeouts. So he's usually around the plate. He pitches to his defense, which is probably a pretty good idea when you got a defense like the South Sevier Rams. Yeah, absolutely, and there's no mistake of why they're 21-1. They not only can pitch it and hit it, but they definitely play great defense. Yep, so they're going to come at you from all different angles. They get on. They're going to put a lot of pressure on your defense and not on the pitcher. And we can say a lot of the same things about the Kanab Cowboys. They got a lot of the same pieces of the puzzle, as we saw last night in that 6-2 win over the Enterprise Wolves to pull the upset. Great job pitching by Griffin Bone. So he's the number 1. They're going to go, like I say, with Logan Veeder tonight. So leading things off, Cale Glover comes in batting 161, 15 runs driven in. Then Jackson Riddle and Lane Sims. So Biggs Northup, his battery partner Peyton Ingram behind the plate. Good defense, good strong arm there from Peyton Ingram. First pitch. We're underway. Fastball stays out for ball 1. Yeah, and Biggs likes to throw from the stretch versus the wind-up, whether there's a runner on base or not. Next pitch, gets the corner. Strike 1. Counts 1-1. Here's the next pitch. Curveball.
Big sweeping curveball, too. Lots of movement.
Stays up. Yep, of course, pitch counts are going to be important here in this one. As we get deeper, Tate Brown, hopefully got time out here. Tate's coming in. I didn't see anybody call timeout. He might want to look when his pitcher's got his back.
I know. He just kept running in, and it looked like he was trying to say something. I think just the closer he got was like step off, step off, step off, and not sure what he had to say, but anyways, just communicating with Biggs right there.
Next pitch, going to catch a corner, even things up at 2-2. Like I say, Biggs is normally around the strike zone. He's going to pitch to his defense. 2-2 pitch on its way. Biggs pitches from the stretch, swinging a miss, gets away from Peyton Ingram. He's going to step up, throw the baseball down there to Tate Brown for the first strikeout of the ball game.
Yeah, and Tate Brown did a good job to stretch across, get that ball, and then get out of the way so he didn't get stepped on. Nice looking curveball for strike 3 from Biggs Northrup.
I don't know what the umpire's trying to tell Tate out there, but I think he did everything he was supposed to do. He's got a right to get to the baseball. Jackson Riddle hitting 306, 13 driven in, swings at that curveball. Swings right over the top of it. Yeah, and the only way you're going to hit that curveball is especially if you're a right-handed batter, is to hit it the other way. Yeah, it's like they say, take 2, go to right. That's going to work on the curveball, whatever the count is. Unless he hangs one up there, throws out and out there about 53 feet. Got to remember, they're kids. They might forget the mathematics of this from time to time, huh? 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch. That's lifted right field. That's going to get down in there. That could go a long ways. Got the good speed of Jackson Riddle. He's going to come up with at least a triple. Here comes throw in. It kind of gets away. I think they missed a chance to score a run right there. Yeah, they really did. Just happy with the triple instead of coming around, rounding it and picking up the throw. Riker Freeman threw it in, but then it hit Riley Barney, kind of shot in the air, and then it bounced past him, rolled probably another 10, 15 feet. It's like you said, Jackson Riddle was already shutting it down instead of picking up the coach. Yeah, he had a chance to probably pretty much waltz in my opinion, but not ready and just stopped there at third base. So the next pitch to the next hitter's Lane Sims. He fouls it off down the third base line for strike 1. Well, and it's easy for us to say, and it's easy for the fans to say, go, 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 because by the time the coach says it, it's maybe sometimes too late, and then you get yourselves in trouble. Okay, Biggs North toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. Peyton Ingram's wondering where that one went. Well, and the scoreboard went ahead and put 0-2 on there, but it's 1-1. They were thinking that was a strike, too. Yeah, they're off just about as far on the – no, they're actually right in the middle of the – dang, that one, another one of them 55-footers for ball 2. Yeah, Peyton Ingram saved a run right there. Umpire's waving his hands. It's 2-1. Well, so far the team scoring the first run seems to have a little advantage in the tournament. Biggs comes with the curveball that stays outside. Ball 3. Yeah, Lane Sims, the left fielder, on deck. You've got Griffin Bone. He'll be playing first base today. That was kind of a wonderment to me. Cale Glover at shortstop and Griffin Bone at first base, unless Griffin maybe had a little bit of a sore arm. I think part of that, he threw plenty of pitches yesterday, so just save his arm, play him at first base. So the first base on balls to go with his first K. Going to put runners at first and third. And 1 out. All right, Griff come in hitting .520, 1 home run, 21's driven in. Takes first pitch, gets away from Ingram, but not quite sure what's going on down there with Jackson Riddle. Yeah, another missed opportunity for Kanab, and you're not going to get too many opportunities against this South Sevier team, so you got to take advantage of every chance you get. And right there, twice now, Jackson Riddle probably should have scored. Yeah, and he's on third base. He's got a good look at what's going on there. That one's fouled off. All he's got to do is beat Biggs Northrop to the plate. As soon as he sees that ball in the dirt, he should be at least getting his secondary there.
Yeah, that's the key. Is you got to be coming down the line on the pitch going home, and then you got to plant your right foot and read that, whether you continue on or you come back to the bag.
So 1-1, 1 out, curveball, and in there for strike 2. Griffin sticks back. He's not real happy with that. Griff's got some pop. Drove in 21. Comes in with an even 500 average.
Yeah, and South Sevier pretty much playing straight up everywhere against Griffin Bone.
Curveball. That's a tough one to take. But he does. Gets away with it. Evens things up at 2-2.
Yeah, pitch was a little out, and Peyton Ingram tried to pull that one back in and frame it on the outside part.
Wanted to get to Cash Kabonic, who had a good night last night, batting from the left-hand side. Griffin calls the timeout and gets it. Big steps off. We're back in time here. Griffin Bone counts 2-2, 1 out. Runners second and third. Top of 1. Ball 3.
Yeah, not the start exactly that South Sevier and Coach Eric Baker wanted to see. Full count right here with runners at second and third, 1 out.
Yeah, he probably made the right decision. Jackson Riddle on the base on balls that gets by him. That's going to load the bases. But there's 1 out, so that, see if they play it in on the corners and double play depth up the middle. It kind of looks to be like that's the way they're setting up. Cash Kabonic batting from the left-hand side, comes in hitting 298 with 11 driven in. He had a good night at the plate last night, bats from the left-hand side.
Yeah, he really did. He saw the ball well.
And he hits the first one foul to Tate Brown. Tate looked like he was going to try to come home. That might have been a bad decision. Jackson Riddle did get a good jump on that one.
Yeah. Well, it makes it easy if you're a base runner with loaded bases. Anything on the ground, you got to go hard.
And that's the toughest one, to go from first to home and get that runner coming from third. He's got to make the sweep back the other way unless the first baseman can get that ball up the third base side, right there on the third base side, home plate. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, good change of speeds that time from Biggs Northrop to get Cash Kabonic to swing over the top of that.
Next pitch. Missed. That's all I'll say about that one.
Yep, just missed. Little down and out.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's away for sure. So it counts 2-2. A lot of pitches thus far already in the ball game for Biggs Northrop. They'd like to get a complete game out of him, I'm sure. That one's fouled off to the left-hand side.
And that time Northrop just decided, hey, I'm going to challenge you with my best pitch. Here's my fastball, and Cash Kabonic way late on that one.
I think that's good, because that's what Cash had trouble with last night. It was the curveballs that hung up there that he was able to get out ahead of. Ooh. Ball 3. So we're going to go full.
Yeah, no place to put him right here. So if you're Cash Kabonic, you got to be looking for your pitch.
Brown coming in again. I guess this time the first base umpire did signal timeout.
Yeah, and the home plate umpire is going to go out there and say, hey, let's break this up.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a limit on the number of times your first baseman or defensive man can come in there. That's kind of a gray area. That's going to be a strike 3. Strike 3 looking out, number 2. Kabonic didn't like it. Yeah, if he was to go out there and challenge that thing here, I know you'd see Eric Baker.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing there other than I think he would just say, come on, guys, get your stuff figured out here. But right there, Cash Kabonic left it up to the umpire, and too good a pitch with strike 2. Gets caught looking for out number 2.
And especially with the holes that you got out there in the outfield, that one on the outside corner, take that toward the Nico's Pizza sign, and you could run all day. Maddox Baird, 306, 1 home run, 22 driven in. He lifts it center field. Keegan Heath. Keegan covers a lot of territory out there. He comes up with the F8, but Maddox put a charge into it, but nothing. No runs, one hit, no errors, and there were 3 runners left on base. So after 1/2 inning of play, it's nothing to 0 for the Kanab Cowboys, with the South Sevier Rams coming to bat on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media. Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out, and Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new, stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done.
You benefit from the big savings and teamwork when you deal with Jorgensen Chevrolet and Jorgensen Ford, also known as the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group will save you money and hassle because the Jorgensen Auto Group will make sure you get a good deal with every car, truck, and SUV at both Jorgensen Ford in Richfield and Jorgensen Chevrolet in Ephraim. If you're within the sound of my voice, rest assured that the Jorgensen Automotive Group makes car buying less stressful and cheaper than the big megacity dealers every day. Team up with the Jorgensen Automotive Group today.
Live high school sports action on
KSBC.
Well, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field alongside our broadcast partners V6 Media, and the Kanab Cowboys may look back on that top of that first inning on a couple of missed opportunities, and with Logan Veeder on the mound, he's going to face Riley Barney, Ridge Tebbs, and Keegan Heath. Riley comes in 493, 1 home run, 23 runs driven in, and everybody in the top 3 of this lineup got some wheels, so they're going to put some pressure on you. Logan Veeder steps off. Going to go from the windup. There's the first pitch to Riley Barney. That bounces out there about 58 feet in the turf dirt. We invented a new term today.
That's right.
Turf dirt. You guys got any turf fields out there in the Uinta Basin? I would imagine they do because you got the weather and stuff you got out there. Next pitch, outside for ball 2.
Yeah, Riley Barney, just a really good leadoff hitter. We've seen him. He will take first pitch fastball swinging, but he's very patient.
That's a high bounce. They're going to have to hurry. He gets down the field, and Caleb Glover knew that. Gets him on the 6-3 put out.
Yeah, Kel Glover, quick release and quick transition from the ball, getting it out of his glove and over to Griffin Bone there at first base for the out.
So that'll bring up Ridge Tebbs, hitting 438, 1 home run, 25 driven in. I know that Uinta Basin, when my wife and I first got married back in 76, worked in the oil field. Brinkerhoff Drilling, Schlumberger Oilfield Services, a bunch of them out there. Okay, the first pitch to Ridge Tebbs is down for ball 1. Sorry to bring you into my personal conversation out there, but got to keep something to keep me awake up here. So the 1-0 to Ridge Tebbs. That's lifted towards the center fielder. Waylon White took a step back, comes in. He got it for out number 2 on the F8. Just 5 pitches so far to get 2 outs.
Yeah, Keegan Heath coming to the plate now, the center fielder. We saw him out make a nice catch to get out number 3 and end that rally that Kanab had going.
Yep. Yep, they will look at pitches, but they'll take their hacks. As you can see from the averages, Keegan 379 with 30 runs driven in. That one's in the dirt for ball one. So the 1-0 from Logan Veeder for the Kanab Cowboys. We're in the bottom of the first. No score for the Cowboys in the top half. Keegan Heath swings over the top of a good fastball there from Logan Veeder.
Yeah, he had a good swing on it. Just kind of pulled his head. He was looking to maybe drive that one right down the third baseline.
Yeah, the outfield is deep, but pretty much straight away for Keegan. That ball's lifted foul. It's going to come back over and hear a thump. Boom. See where it comes off at.
Stays in here. Rolls right back in.
Yeah, got kid with the cast on his left hand, or his right hand, picking it up.
He thought he had a ball.
Thought he had a son of a gun. He said, that's hit towards the third baseman. Yeah, Brogan Verosco, 5-3 for the putout.
And Kanab flash some leather out there, yes, Willie. That's three pretty good plays defensively.
Yes, they were. So the 2A state champions 2022 version go quietly in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After one completes, 0-0. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Non-stop tractor workhorse, just what you need for a non-stop world. Tractors from New Holland provide unprecedented.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help. By delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, we'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
third base. Number 9, Brogan Barasta. Pitcher, number 14, Logan Peter.
That's going to get through. That's probably going to score a run. Waylon White had stopped, and now he's got to hold up again. Yeah, here he comes now on the overthrow. So the first error is going to go on a throwing error.
Yeah, Coach Brinkerhoff maybe being a little bit too cautious there at third base, and he's got to get further down the line towards home plate and bring those runners harder and further, and then slam on the brakes and can get them back as he's watching the throw. If there's any bobble or miscue, then he just lets them continue on.
I agree. And was that the second baseman to throw, or was that Tate Brown that overthrew that? I think that was Tate. I'm going to go with the E3. So that brings up Cale Glover. Curveball misses for ball one. Cale struck out his first time up. So we got a 1-0 ball game with a runner on second base for Kanab. Next pitch is upstairs. Ball two.
Yeah, just missing just a little bit up. Biggs needs to make the adjustment. Really get on top and pull down hard. Throw it more downhill.
Yeah, he's not getting on top of any of that curveball. I mean, we've seen it break sharp from time to time, but if he's getting on top of that, it's going to break good down and across the strike zone. Yeah.
That was a difference, too, and he came paused a little bit longer, took a little bit more time, and really emphasized throwing downhill, and it made a difference right there.
We talked about the artificial mound. I doubt that he's had many opportunities this year to hit off of that artificial mound, but he comes up with his fourth base on balls.
And Coach Brown going to come out. They're going to send down Stockton Roberts to get loose in the bullpen. We saw Stockton Roberts come in, and he ends up getting the win yesterday, finishing out the sixth, and then go ahead and finish the seventh as well.
I don't think he's going to have many pitches left. He can pitch, 75 over 2 days?
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen, too, is you're going to see if he comes in the game, they'll probably send Biggs back to left field and then move Tyson Robb over to right field and then basically just sub out Riker Freeman for Stockton Roberts.
Yeah, because Riker's not hitting in the lineup. He's being DH for. So Coach Brown's going to go back. He's going to leave it up to his team. Talk things over. Got some fist bumps going on. I used to like when they hit each other on the butt. Now we got the fist bump thing. I guess I'm old school.
Yeah, everyone's different, We've seen all sorts of different little rituals. And
fist bumps was something you used to see in the neighborhood. All right. Jackson Riddle at the plate. He had a triple his first time up, was stranded at third base.
Right there, just swung right through that one. The difference, too, was his triple. He took it to right field. That time he tried to pull that pitch. And it was a similar pitch. He should have hit it to right field.
Yep, there again, pulled off of that one. Strike two, and they've moved Riker Freeman a little bit more towards the line. Everybody else playing straight away. Riker's shading the first base line.
Yeah, and sometimes it just takes a little visit from the coach, settle in, and Biggs Northrup a gamer. He's battled back right here.
Yep, gets the strikeout there.
3 straight pitches, The other thing that sometimes works is just send a guy to the bullpen.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out if I don't do something different. But
for me, as I was a coach, I'd walk out there to the line. I'd say,
yeah,
get him to look down there, step back. Okay, first pitch to Lane Sims. That's ripped towards left field. And he's going to have to retreat. That's going to score a run. Hit right in front of Tyson Robb. Robb started to come in and went back. Let the base hit.
And I'm not sure he stepped on home plate.
Going to go to the second run.
Oh, they're saying he caught it with his tippy toes.
So, second run in the inning on 2 hits in the inning. That brings up Griffin Bone, dangerous hitter. Got runners at first and second. 2 outs. So a 2-out hit for Lane Sims. Griffin Bone at the plate, 500, 1 home run. Hits one right at Kenyon Oakland at third base. He's going to have to go all the way across the diamond. Pulls him off. So he stumbled getting the ball. So we're going to have to go E5 on that one. And everybody's safe.
That's going to bring up Cash Kabonix, who did strike out his last time up, looking. Biggs is talking to his infield, just saying, hey, we got this. Relax, 2 outs. Let's just go get 1 out. Cash Kabonic, on the other hand, is thinking 2 RBIs right here.
That one stays up for ball 1. Cash wanting to redeem himself for that looky-loo the first time up. Next pitch from Biggs. That's drilled. That's gonna burn the right fielder.
Yep.
That bounces over the fence.
That's the worst thing that could have happened for Kanab, is to bounce over the fence, and the best thing that could have happened for South Sevier.
Right? Griffin Bone was at first base. So they'll score 2.
That would have definitely, if that doesn't bounce over, that's going to clear the bases and probably be a triple for Cash Kabonic, but instead it's a ground rule double, and Griffin Bone's going to have to go back to second base, so he only gets the double and 2 RBIs.
He put a charge into one, hit right on the very edge of that green out there and bounced over the 343-foot sign. That's going to bring up Maddox Baird. Like we said, we saw him drive a couple last night, and Baird put a charge into one that Keegan Heath had to chase down out in the deep part of center field. Swings over the top of the first pitch for strike 1. Ninth hitter in the inning.
And when you've got a few guys that can hit the ball like that, it does. It deepens you up as an outfielder, and then it creates holes for those other base hits to drop in front of you.
That ball misses outside. Even things up at 1-1. And like I say, this is the 9th hitter in the inning. 3 runs across, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Nope, runners at second and third. I'm off here somewhere. It's pitched in there for a strike. To Maddox Baird. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That's hit pretty good to left.
Field. And Tyson Robb was able to get under that for the F7. So they do come up. Well, that's right. They come up with the 4th run. That's where I'm off at. Griffin Bone did end up scoring. Well, we got over there at first base.
No, Griffin Bone did not. He ended up staying at third base.
Somebody who scored a hit. Oh, yeah, Logan Veeder. I didn't move him down here. So 4 runs on the 3 hits in the inning. 4 hits in the inning. 1, 2.
Yeah, 4.
4 hits in the inning. That's right. So 4 runs on 4 hits. You had 2 errors in the inning and 2 runners left on base. So at the end of 1.5, it's 4-0. The Kanab Cowboys will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
This is Brenda Bartholomew, CEO of Gunnison Valley Hospital. This past year, we celebrated our 90th year. It was a great experience for us to reflect on our rich history. I'm grateful to work shoulder to shoulder with remarkable people. Every day, doctors, nurses, technicians, support staff, and administration come to serve, provide care, and support our organization. Their skill and dedication to patients and to each other continue to amaze me. I could not be prouder, and I'm humbled by the incredible staff. I would like to express thanks to our communities for supporting us as we look forward to the next 90 years.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson. Tate Brown takes the first pitch. Right straight back up the middle from Logan Veeder for the first hit in the ballgame for the South Sevier Rams.
That ball was smoked right up the middle. Tate Brown swinging it from the left side. Got a pitch down where he likes it and just drove it right back up the middle, about 3 feet off the ground.
So that'll bring up Peyton Ingram. Peyton comes in hitting .415. He's got 3 home runs and 20 runs driven in, so he got some pop in the bat. 347 down the left field line, 402 to center. Curveball stays up. Max Baird tried to sell that one, but not quite. 343 to left. Alley's 380 in left center, 388 right center. Tate's not going to get very far off. Next pitch outside, ball 2.
Yeah, South Sevier's not played from behind very often all year long, but the thing about South Sevier is they hit the ball so well that they're going to be able to hang around. They've just got to chip away at this 4-0 lead and not press too much.
They did play behind to Manti, but came roaring back. That next pitch, yeah, no blue says that's a strike. Peyton steps back, says we want that in the next half.
Well, we saw Ingram, hit a home run against Parowan last Saturday at South Sevier.
Swings at one that's down in the dirt. Tate Brown has to stay. I guess says he got the bat on that one just barely.
Yeah, Kanab infielders telling their outfielders, kind of how they want to play him position-wise. 2-2 count here.
Playing deep. That ball's hit hard, but the way they're playing, Lane Sims is going back. Looks like he's got that one. Put a charge into it. Probably at home, that's a home run. But here it's an F7. And the first out. That'll bring Biggs Northup to the plate.
Well, Biggs is another hitter for the South Sevier lineup that's capable of hitting something a long ways. He could hit one out of here, but at the same time, he could drive one over the outfielders' heads here.
First pitch is down for ball 1.
Veeder coming set, taking a long time in between pitches. Just really focusing on making sure that he throws one pitch at a time here.
Next pitch, that's going to get in there for a base hit. And left field line, Sims is over. Tate Brown's on his way to third. Nope. Going to hold up. Yeah, and the cutoff's dropped by Cale Glover, but second hit in the inning.
Yeah, most the players at South Sevier probably go first to third, but not Tate Brown right there. He wanted to, but third base, Coach Brown held him up there at second base.
Yeah, Tate's got a bum wheel.
Well, and it's probably wise when the ball's hit to left field right there, and you hate to make that out at third base right there when you get a rally going.
So runners at first and second. One out. That brings up Kenyon Okerlund, who put one out of here yesterday. Just over that 347-foot sign in left field. So the question is, would it stay fair?
Yeah.
Big strike one.
Well, in a similar situation, 2 runners on, and he hits that 3-run homer, and that was the difference to put South Sevier in this game today and keep them in the no-loss championship bracket.
So the 0-1 on its way. It's in the dirt. Good job there from Maddox Baird to keep that ball from going to the backstop. Even things up at 1-1.
This Kanab team playing a little deeper than what we've seen most teams play so far today, and rightfully so.
1-1 on its way. He started in, and then it gets over his head. Kenyon Oakland's on his way. That's going to score at least 2, and Kenyon's going to end up at third base. Slides in there safely.
Yeah, Kenyon Okerlund with the triple and 2 RBIs as he hit that one solid, but Lane Sims didn't get a good read on it out there, and I thought it was probably right at him, but the ball just kind of continued to carry and go right over the top of him.
So the third hit in the inning, scores 2 runs in the inning. Got one out. That's going to bring up Tyson Robb. Tyson comes in hitting .303. He's got a home run and 26 runs driven in. So we'll see how Logan Veeder chooses here with the third run out there 90 foot away. He's just the one out. Tyson Robb just needs to get one up or over to that right-hand side if he could.
It's amazing, too, how a couple hits and then a big hit like that and some runs on the scoreboard, how it affects your pitcher and how it changes the mentality of a dugout, just everything. Momentum shifts.
Of the game. That's it. Tyson Robb, we don't need a base hit here. I mean, it'd be nice, but he just needs to do a little situational hitting here.
Yeah, now all of a sudden Logan Veeder struggling a little bit on the mound. Tyson Robb has a chance to make this a one-run game if he can, just like you said, Willie, do a little situational hitting.
Maddox Baird's going to have to be tough there behind the plate. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher after he throws ball 3 because Kenyon Oakland, that we just saw in that triple's got good wheels. We got a 4-2 ball game. We're in the bottom of the second. And the South Sevier Rams, last year's 2A state champions, just scored 2 runs to cut the deficit in half. They've got the runner Kenyon Oakland there at third base. They got just the one out. Got the number 8 hitter in the lineup up. Number 9 hitter is going to come up with a .426 batting average. So not a weak spot here. That pitch is up. That's ball 4.
Well, and I felt like last year the strength of the South Sevier team was their bats, and once again this year, they've got good pitching, they got good defense, but it comes down to their hitting, and it's going to be hard to hold this lineup to, really the Beaver Yardley threw as well as anybody, held them down until Okerlund hit the 3-run homer, but right now, tough task for Logan Veeder.
Runners at first and second. There goes a runner. Cameron Hesse was going to try and hit behind him.
And sometimes, coaches, if it's the pitch you want, even though the still's on, go ahead, swing away. Sometimes they want you to let the runner have a chance, get down there, and then if you're Hesse, now you can let him get the stolen base, and you got a chance to score two runs and tie the game.
That one stays up. Runner doesn't go. Evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, Cameron Hesse, I think that looked like the run and hit. Steele signed on, and sometimes these guys go on their own too. I heard the coach telling the other night there, he says, if you're going, you better make sure you get there if you're doing it on your own. More often than not, it seems to work out. Here's the 1-1. That's it. It's fair. Can't hold it. The run's going to score. And the move, they're going to just trade places. So the E5 is going to score a run.
Yeah, and what that does is it keeps first and third and brings up the top of the lineup in Riley Barney.
So Riley Barney, the leadoff hitter. With runners at first and third, Riley hitting .493, grounded out to the shortstop. There goes the cutoff. So they tried to see if maybe Tyson Robb was going to go from.
We've seen that a lot more this year, too, where everyone's just cutting it instead of just letting the ball go through, trying to take it out.
Yeah, Maddox Baird, it's early in the ballgame. He's got a strong arm. That was a called strike to Riley. Riley lifts one to the right-hand side. I think it's going to get out of play. Yes. 0-2.
That actually bounced out, or went out and then bounced back in. Haven't seen that too often down there behind the bleachers in right field.
Funny hops, doesn't it? Okay. 0-2 to Riley Barney. That's hit right at the shortstop, or the third baseman. He's going to go across for one, and to try and come back for number two. If the run scores, we got a tie ball game. I'm surprised he hit that hard that he didn't go home.
Yeah, I kind of thought he would too. He looked at it and just decided, I'm going to go ahead and get the sure out, and throws it across the diamond.
So that ties things up at 4. 4 runs on 3 hits for South Sevier, 4 runs on 5 hits for Kanab. And that's going to bring up Ridge Tebbs. Comes in hitting .438, 1 home run, 25 driven in, flew out to the center fielder and hit it pretty deep. Takes a curveball for strike 1. This is the 8th hitter in the at-bat in the inning to face Logan Veeder. Next pitch. Ridge Tebbs wasn't quite liking that, but doesn't matter. Blue says that's a strike.
Yeah, he's got 0-2 on him now. He's got to be battling up there as Logan Veeder can pretty much pick what he wants to throw here.
Yeah, got to keep the curveball out of the dirt, though, if he's going to hear that. Waylon White may be able to track that one down, and does on the F8. So 2 straight F8s for Riley Barney. But the damage has been done. South Sevier comes back. They get 4 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There were no, yes, there were. There was 1 error in the inning, 2 errors. Not just the one. 1 error in the inning, and 2 runners left on base. So at the end of 2 complete, it's 4-4. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
For more than 40 years, Jones and DeMille Engineering has been shaping
Silverado HD with Duramax diesel, and the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Coach Labrum, he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
150 megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSBC.
Yeah, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field, alongside with our broadcast partners, V6 Media from the Uinta Basin. So we got a 4-4 ball game. New pitcher, Stockton Roberts. He's going to face Waylon White. First pitch right there for strike one. Waylon
Stockton Roberts, yeah, we talked about it. You know, he's got a chance to go get the win here, but with the tie game and Biggs Northrop moving back to left field, he got the win yesterday, coming in relief of Riker Freeman.
So Stockton Roberts, next pitch is upstairs for ball. Biggs Northrop goes back to left field. Tyson Robb goes to right field, and Riker Freeman is on the bench.
Yeah, probably not too many opportunities to get 2 wins in a state tournament.
Throws one by him for strike 2. Yeah, you're right. There's,
especially with the pitch count nowadays.
What did they do it? I was thinking last year. No, that one's lifted towards the center fielder. Keegan Heath comes in. He's got the F8. Now number 1, we just saw the last inning. The South Sevier Rams come charging back. Both teams scoring 4 runs in that second inning. And then Stockton Roberts comes in. That's what you want him to do. You want him to get that first out. And he did. Brings up Brogan Veratsko. Had a sacrifice bunt. His first time up, takes strike 1.
That's the thing you're going to get, too, out of Stockton Roberts is you're going to get a lot of strikes. He comes in and he just pounds the strike zone, pitches to contact, and he does a good job of mixing up pitches.
Peyton Ingram coming back. He's got it out, too, for the P2.
That was just a curveball, and he popped it up behind home plate, and Peyton Ingram doing a nice job making out number 2. So that's what you want to see is
bang, bang.
When you make a pitching change come in, and sometimes it is. It's better to change with nobody on than change in the middle of an inning in a jam. It just gives the pitcher a lot more confidence to go out there with a fresh slate.
First pitch to Logan Veeder. Yeah, and it makes a difference when you got the lineup like you've got from South Sevier that you can afford to hold off and do that. But you're exactly right on making that change in the half inning. Upstairs for ball 2. After coming in, throwing 2 first pitch strikes. He goes 2-0 to the number 9 hitter. There's a swing and a miss on the curveball. Nice one, not afraid to come back and throw that curveball. 2-0.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to do that, keep Kanab off balance.
Yep.
Another curveball. Just waves over the top of that one. That's the one. Take 2 and go to right, hon. He's trying to pull that ball.
And then Stockton Roberts just a sophomore, but he doesn't pitch like a sophomore. We saw him as a freshman state tournament as well.
Yep, he's going to get strike 3 on the looky-loo. Tried to hold up. So for the Kanab Cowboys, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So after 2.5, it's 4-4. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out, and Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new, stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done. Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building Building dreams is how you make your living. Demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSBC. Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Larry H. Miller Field at BYU 2A State Baseball Championship bracket. Tie ball game in the bottom of the third. 4-4. Not Enterprise, Kanab and South Sevier. Keegan Heath, number 3 hitter in the lineup, takes ball 1. Logan Beater still in the game for Coach Craig Brinkerhoff. Gets strike 1 on the outside corner. I had him with 33 pitches.
Yeah, I'd imagine you're going to see him go as long as he can. Coach Brinkerhoff wanted to see him go all the way probably.
Wanting to see if he can stay in range, keep the South Sevier Rams within striking distance.
Did you see where Biggs was at pitching-wise when they pulled him?
Yeah, I'll get here in just a second. Next pitch, that's hit towards the shortstop. They're going to have to hurry, but Cale Glover safe. That's what I said. You're going to have to hurry. Keegan Heath gets down that right.
Well, that might have been a ball where Verosco should have probably went over there and got that one if he could, and then got a shorter throw across the diamond.
Yep. So the 4th hit in the ball game. I had 53 pitches for Biggs Northrop. So he can throw a couple more tomorrow if they needed him. So Tate Brown, who drilled one his last time up. There goes Keegan Heath. Not a real good jump, but the ball luckily gets away. I think they had the tag on him. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, it would have been really close, but and I think it was like exactly what you said. It was the jump. He didn't get a great jump. He's got good speed, but it was the jump made it close, but didn't even come up with the catch.
Tate Brown willing to take the strike, give him the chance to get down there, see if he can't drive him in now. Get that go-ahead run. Here's the 0-1 to Tate. That one stays up. I think, yes, ball 2 or ball 1. So 4-4.
Tate Brown can go to all fields, too, and there's lots of holes with those two up the middle, shortstop and second base, trying to hold Heath on.
Yeah, you don't. That's kind of down there in the neighborhood where he just drilled that last one through the 3-4 hole. Strike 2, though, this time around. Maybe down just a little bit more. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Keegan Heath in second base with the go-ahead run. Tate Brown, like you said, hits one there to left field. That's going to drop. Keegan Heath, I think, had a pretty good read on it. Here comes the relay. Roscoe cuts it off. Heath will stay at third. Tate Brown's got his second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, just did a nice job taking that outside pitch and driving it into left field.
5th hit, that's going to bring up Peyton Ingram. Peyton flew out deep to the left fielder. His first time up back in the 2nd inning. Peyton comes in hitting .415, 3 home runs, 20 runs driven in. Runners at first and third. Tate still running for himself, not much of a lead. That ball's lifted to left field. Lane Sims has got a beat on it. There goes Heath. He's going to come all the way home.
Yeah, just a nice sack fly into left field there for Peyton Ingram to pick up the RBI and score Keegan Heath from third base.
So 5th run on 5 hits. Tate Brown has to hold at first. Don't think he got a good read on the relay. Brings up Biggs Northrop. Biggs had a single his first time up. First pitch to Biggs. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Big hack right there. Biggs came in hitting 426, 5 home runs, 27 runs driven in. Got Tate Brown over there at first base with 1 out. And enjoy a 5-4 lead. There's another one waiting on that curveball. Lifts it off to the right-hand side. He was trying to shoot that to that right side. Just missed it. So, 0-2. Veeder looks at first base, checks Tate Brown. Tate ain't going nowhere. Ooh. Close, but no banana on that one. Going to even things up, 2-2. Or no, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A big strikeout. First strikeout of the ball game for Veeder. Second out.
Well, now he's got to face a tough hitting Canyon Okerlund, who had a triple and 2 RBIs in his first at bat.
Canyon's been on fire in the tournament. He second guessing himself right there. That's one that he drove earlier in the ball game right there in that same slot. Tate Brown over there at first. Here's the pitch. Curveball stays out. Ball 1. 1-1. Logan Veeder still in the ball game.
Yeah, Lane Sims playing pretty deep there in left field too.
That's hit right at the shortstop. Cale Glover comes up with it, goes to second. For the 6-4 put out number 3. But South Sevier comes up with the go-ahead run. They do it on 1 hit. 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. With the end of 3 complete, it's 5-4. Favor the South Sevier Rams. Will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Dr.
At
Richard
Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back to the Larry H. Miller Field. Top of the 4th in a 5-4 ball game. South Sevier just took over the lead. And Cale Glover, leadoff hitter, just takes ball 1. Cale just come up with the base hit, hits it right through the 5-6 hole.
That Glover now 1 for 2 with a single and a walk.
Good piece of hit, one just down and in. He turns on it. That brings up Jackson Riddle. Jackson 1 for 2 in the ball game. Strikeout his last time up. Stockton Roberts on the mound. There's the curveball. Glover was thinking about it. And if ball stays up for ball one, like we say, Peyton Ingram's got a good strong arm. Good quick release. Stockton Roberts throws over. 1 hour into the ball game. We're in the top of the fourth inning. 5-4 in favor of South Sevier. Jackson Riddle squares but pulls it back for ball two.
Yeah, and Kenyon Okerlund recognized that. He was coming in hard.
He's going to stay right there on the grass, about 3 foot in. There's a strike called on that outside corner. Makes the count 2-1. Roberts quick to the plate on that one, but misses for ball three. Not sure how many pitches he has left. I don't remember how many he threw yesterday. I go back and look here, maybe between innings.
Yeah, and right now, obviously, the focus is to throw him on that outside part of the plate.
Try and get him to turn over on one and maybe get the double play ball. Swings over the top of a good curveball there. Counts full. Nobody out. Championship baseball here at Larry H. Miller Field. 5-4 in favor of South Sevier. Ball four.
That just lost him on the fastball up and out of the zone right there.
First base on balls for Stockton. Nobody in the bullpen.
I think, same thing. We talked about Coach Brinkerhoff wanting to see Logan Veeder go the distance, and I think Coach Baker right now with Stockton Roberts on the mound, I'd like to see him go as long as he can, depending on the number of pitches he has, yes.
Up to 75. There's squares. Okerlund coming in. Gonna throw to first, but he ain't going to get him. So a bunt single for Lane Sims. Going to load the bases. Nobody out.
Yeah, and this is probably one of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup. Griffin Bone, he drew a base on balls his first time up and then reached on the E5.
So Stockton steps off. He's talking to Riley Barney there at second base. So the first pitch, Griffin Bone with the bases loaded. Curveball. Misses. Ball one. I would imagine he's going to be kind of careful, trying to get them, paint the corners, maybe get him to fish at that curveball. Takes one up upper part of the zone for strike one.
Yeah, it's a good pitch to get a head right there for Stockton Roberts.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, bases loaded. Comes over the top, gets on the top, but that's the same place as the first pitch. Outside, Blue says, for ball two.
Yeah, corners in, pretty much right at the edge of the grass. Middle infielders, kind of double play depth up the middle.
Here's the 2-1 right there, strike two. Yeah. Jackson Riddle out there at second base, a good secondary lead. Next pitch. That's going to find a hole. That's going to score probably 3 runs. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Griffin Bone's going to go for third. Here's the relay. And he's in there.
Yeah, just hit that one in that left center field gap. Got a pitch that was a little bit left up in the zone, and he drove it to left center, clears the bases, and gets a triple. A good piece of hitting right there from Griffin Bone.
You betcha. Big Stockton Robert just dug a hole for himself this inning with the base on balls. There was sandwich in between 2 hits.
That's going to bring up Cash Kabanik, who doubled and had 2 RBIs in his last at-bat. And we've seen him swinging a pretty good bat yesterday and then 1 for 2 today.
So 7-5, just like that. Kanab answers back after losing the lead in the bottom half of the last inning. That ball in the turf dirt down there.
Yep, bounced.
For ball one.
Still no outs. Coach Brinkerhoff telling Griffin Bone what he wants to see out of him there on third base.
That one misses as well. Ball two.
We talked about it, though. The further you go in this tournament, the more runs you're going to see put up on the scoreboard.
That's lifted in the outfield. Who's going to get it, if anybody? Nope. Off the glove. Off the glove of Riley Barney, trying to go out and get that one.
I think you got to give it a base hit, don't you?
Yep, I'm going to give that one a base hit.
Yeah, that's what they give him on the official scoreboard, too. So Cash Kabonik gets the single and a RBI.
Griffin Bone scores on that. So 8. 8 runs, 8 hits I've got.
Here in the top of the fourth, lots of baseball left. South Sevier, the home team.
Dr. Roberts, strike one to Maddox Baird. Maddox Baird's got some pop in his bat. 306, 1 home run, 22 runs driven in for Coach Craig Brinkerhoff.
Yeah, and he's 0 for 2. He flew out to center and then flew out to left.
He put a charge in one to center field here just a little bit ago.
Yeah, that was the one that ended the first inning.
Next pitch is upstairs for ball one. Runner on first base, nobody out. 4 runs in the inning. Strike two. First 3 hitters to come up in this inning have all scored. 3 hits, a base on balls. Four hits and a base on ball. There's the throw to second. Going to get him.
Yep. Peyton Ingram with the good arm, but once again, not a great jump right there, and nice throw, and then a good tag from Riley Barney there at second base.
Yeah. Cash Kabonik gets tossed out for the first out. So Stockton come back to the full windup. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Strike 3. First strikeout for Stockton.
Just got an update from Robert Lovell. End of 2. Juab leading Carbon 1-0.
1-0 after 2. Number 1 and number 2 in the 3A going at each other. Juab 1, Carbon 2. Kind of break. That ball's laid down by White. They're going to get it before it goes foul. We talked about Waylon White. He can lay it down for the base hit. He's good. He handles the bat good. 0-1. 4 runs across to take the 3-run lead for Kanab in the inning. That one's lifted way up. Who's got it? Kenyon Okerlund says he's got it. He's trying to camp under it, and he does. For out number 3 on the F5. But the damage is done. Kanab gets 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. So after 3.5, it's Kanab 8. The South Sevier Rams 5 will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network at V6 Media.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
This is Brenda Bartholomew, CEO of Gunnison Valley Hospital. This past year, we celebrated our 90th year. It was a great experience for us to reflect on our rich history. I'm grateful to work shoulder to shoulder with remarkable people. Every day, doctors, nurses, technicians, support staff, and administration come to serve, provide care, and support our organization. Their skill and dedication to patients and to each other continue to amaze me. I could not be prouder, and I'm humbled by the incredible staff. I would like to express thanks to our communities for supporting us as we look forward to the next 90 years.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSBC. Hey, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Bottom of the fourth inning. Kanab just took a 3-run lead with 4 runs that last inning. Logan Veeder, first pitch to Tyson Robb. Ball 1, second pitch, ball 2.
Yeah, Tyson Robb drew a walk. His first at bat. He started in left field, now playing right field.
Yeah. Logan Veeder still on the mound. Dials one in there on the corner. Got that ball that tails back. Tyson Robb. And maybe see a pitch or two. See if they can't work his way on. Fouls one off. To the third base side. Evens the count at 2-2. Now, Coach, you talked about it. The farther you go in the tournament, the more runs you're going to see. Got 13 up there so far. Curve ball. That's lifted toward the left fielder. Lane Sims shades the eyes, comes in. He's got it for the F7.
Yeah, it was a nice catch by Lane Sims. Nothing's a gimme here. You can't just assume that everything's going to be an easy out because you do. You start getting sun, shadows, different things like that. As far as the hops, it's been pretty true, but we have seen some big hops too. So we've seen outfielders coming in wanting to get that first hop and come up and make a throw, and then it bounces over their head. Different things, so you have to, just play it. You have to understand what the ball's going to do, and depending on the type of hit it is, how it's going to react off this turf.
Cameron Hessery takes strike one. Cameron curveball, boy, he puts a charge into one that's going to go foul. And that got out of here. That got into the trees.
Long foul ball.
Left field line, yes sir.
Well, we've seen Cameron Hesse, big strong kid. Batting in the 9 spot right here, but he could be hitting anywhere in this lineup. Really helps turn the lineup over to the top of the order, Riley Barney.
426 with 15 driven in. Takes that one down away for a ball. No home runs, but you see he's got the power right there. Got number 4 headed down there. I can't see the number of the kid getting ready to pitch.
That's probably Tyson Robb.
That's lifted to the right side. Cash Kabanik going back. He got it. Route number 2, the F8. So drills one down the left field line. It gets out of here foul and then pops it up to the right fielder for route number 2. Back to the top of the lineup with Riley Barney.
Riley Barney 0 for 2, ground out to short and ground out to third, but he did get an RBI.
Here's the first pitch. Down in the turf dirt, ball 1. Yeah, we're trendsetters here. We're going with some new terminology here at Larry H. Miller Field. Turf dirt. Ball 2.
2 down there.
It's the color of dirt, kind of a clayish color.
Yep.
And you can see little things pop out. I think sand, you said, right?
Yes, they got sand and the black rubber beads in the ground.
Ball 3 upstairs. All of a sudden, Logan Veeder's lost track of the strike zone. You don't want to get him started. You just come back and take a 3-run lead with 2 outs. You don't want to give it up. But he's going to.
Yep, 4 straight.
Base on balls. That's the second. Base on balls.
And that'll bring up Ridge Tebbs, who's flown out to center field twice.
Yep, not really any danger of running out of pitches yet. Came in with 49. So Ridge Tibbs, like you said, has flown out to center field twice.
Yeah, Waylon White's playing him dead straight away in center, but both of those catches he actually made on that left side.
First pitch. Right there, strike one. Good idea after seeing 4 straight balls to maybe have a look at one. Here's the 0-1. That's going to stay upstairs.
You know, this might be an opportunity you see South Sevier try to take some advantage of their speed on this team and see if you can't get Riley Barney down there to second base with 2 outs and have Rich Tebbs have a chance to drive him in. If you get him thrown out, you start top of the lineup with Rich Tebbs.
You're going to have to get a little better lead secondary on that one.
Yeah, especially with 2 strikes right here, you might see him go. Maybe a curveball count, something off speed.
Not going. That was outside.
Yeah, and they stay with fastball.
Baird was thinking about going behind him, but I think that was fruitless. He wasn't that far off. So 2-2. 2 outs. Runner at first. They're down by 3 are the South Sevier Rams. We're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's taken to the right side. If that stay fair, that's trouble. No. About 10-foot foul.
The right idea, though, from Rich Tebbs to take that pitch and drive it that way. That's one thing this South Sevier team does a really good job of, is hitting the ball where it's pitched. They can hit to all fields. They're not just a dead pull hitter.
So the count's 2-2. There's 2 outs. Number 2 hitter at the plate here. Here's the pitch. Curveball. That's lifted to left field. That's going to be another one for Lane Sims. Shades the eyes out there. He got it for out number 3, the F7 this time. So, no runs on no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. At the end of 4 complete, it's 8-5 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media. Livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance of Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
Your home for high school sports.
KSVC.
Okay, welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media. 2A championship bracket. 8-5 ball game. Kanab comes to bat in the top of the 5th inning with a 3-run lead. Brogan Veratsko be followed by Logan Veeder and Cale Glover. First pitch upstairs. Nope. First pitch was striking. Next one's hit to the shortstop, Ridge Tebbs. Over to Tate Brown for the 6-3 putout.
Yeah, good-looking pitch there from Stockton Roberts. Got him to kind of wave at it. Couldn't really hold his swing back, and he grounds out on a soft ground ball to the shortstop, Ridge Tebbs.
So Logan Veeder will come to the plate. Facing Stockton Roberts with 1 out. That ball's fouled straight back. Strike one. ChannelB6.com if you want to see the video and catch the audio here. You won't have to look at Logan or I. Or Logan. Nolan.
Or Logan.
It's like Logan and
Or
Nolan
Talon
Sackett in the Sackett's or Louis L'Amour books. Strike two to Logan Veeder. I'm liable to call you anything, Coach.
Hey, that's okay.
There's ball fouled off to Coach Brinkerhoff to stay alive. We had 34 pitches for Stockton Roberts coming in. He did pitch yesterday. I'm not sure of the pitch count here. This one's in the dirt for ball one.
Yep, Logan Veeder singled his first time up and then was caught looking his second time.
That's it towards the third baseman, but foul. So he'll stay alive.
And you'll see Kenyon Okerlund, stay right there on that third baseline. Don't want to get beat down the line.
So the 1-2 pitch on its way. Hit right at Tate Brown, but he scoops it up for the G3 and out number two.
Talk about flashing some leather right there. That ball was hit hard, one hop, and it shot up about 6 feet high, and Tate Brown just sticks out his right hand, snags it in the glove, and steps on the bag.
Well, he got the little larger glove just by anybody else on there, so he got a lot of leather to flash. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, Cale Glover. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Takes ball one. We think that's, who would think that was Tyson Robb out there?
I think so.
There'd have to be somebody else in the outfield out there that maybe we missed. Ball
well,
two.
When you said number 4 went down there, Tyson Robb was the one
he
that...
He was just going in the gate. That's what made me notice.
Yeah.
So, ball 2.
He might have just been throwing when they were up to bat. Now he's out in right field.
Strike one.
And really, Stockton Roberts throwing well. I mean, there's 2 outs here. He's looked pretty good.
Just pitch count. What we're unaware. You can do 75 over 2 days. We're not sure how many he threw yesterday. We haven't gone back and looked yet. There's strike 2. Even things out at 2-2, of course. Eric Baker.
Yeah, they must be at pitch
right
count. Yep.
Calling timeout. So, they call a timeout.
They are going to bring in Tyson Robb, too.
Pretty sure they're going to make the, he's at 99 is what Tavin's showing here. So, we're going to take a break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out, and Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new, stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done. Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Larry H. Miller Field, new pitchers Tyson Robb. He comes in and throws 2 quick balls and gets the base on balls and puts Cale Glover on. Still not sure who we got in right field.
I believe that's just Stockton Roberts. I think they
that's
just
what I was
did a
thinking.
swap.
Yeah, it looks like Stockton, but I couldn't get a number, and I'm not familiar with his frame. So we'll call it Stockton Roberts unless we know different.
Yeah, that's
so runner on with 2 outs. 8-5 lead for Kanab. Jackson Riddle at bat. He lifts one to the right side. Going to test Stockton Roberts right off the bat. He's there for the F9 and out number 3. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on at the end of 4.5. It's Kanab Cowboys 8, South Sevier Rams 5 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Dr. Richard Yardley grew up on a cattle ranch and learned the values of hard work and simple truths, like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Complete coverage of local high school sports on
KSVC. Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field with V6 Media providing the video for the 2A state baseball tournament. We've got a championship game. Loser will play tomorrow. Or loser plays tonight, don't they?
No.
That ball off the bat of Keegan Heath drove into the deepest parts, but Waylon White chases that down for the F8 and out number 1.
Yeah, tonight you've got Duchesne San Juan.
That's right.
And then the winner of that will play the loser of this starting tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Okay, 10 a.m. tomorrow. They're going to get us up early.
You got to get up early, Willie.
Dang. So, Tate Brown, 2 for 2 in the ball game. Take strike 1.
Yeah, Tate Brown's swinging a hot bat. He's been tough at the plate all year long.
Next pitch from Logan Beater. That's hit towards the second baseman. Comes up with it over to first for the out for the 4-3 put out. Out number 2. Going to leave it up to Peyton Ingram to get something going here.
Yeah, and he's flown out to left field twice.
Put a charge in one earlier, but just Gene Sims was able to get it on the run. Comes in hitting .415, 3 home runs, 20 driven in. Good pitch from Logan Beater, who's gone all the way. That's driven out there pretty deep as well, but Sims on the run has got it for out number 3, the F7.
That's 3 F7s, but yeah, Ingram's hit it pretty well each time.
So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base after 5 complete, 8-5. Kanab will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
For super low prices and weekly
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment,
just gave a side kick on that one to
start the motor. Is that what he's doing? Starting the.
That's like what he did.
Start the motorcycle. Fire it up.
So Cash Kabanik at third. 1 out. 9-5 is your score. Tyson Robb to Maddox Baird. Maddox has got some pop. He lifts one towards the shortstop. Ridge Tibbs. Ridge is under it. Not Ribs. Ridge Tibbs under it for the P6. Out number 2.
That's what you're going to get unless you really square up that pitch and get the top half of it. The way Tyson Robb throws and the types of pitches he's throwing out there, you're going to get underneath it and you're going to get a lot of pop-ups and flyouts.
So Waylon White, he's been a tough out today. He can be a tough out any day. First pitch stays up to Waylon. Went in on base on balls and scored. He flew out to left field, flew out to the third baseman. I guess he ain't been as tough as I thought he was. It squares to bunt, pulls it back, swings over, strike one.
Yeah, what that does, though, is it pulls in Canyon Okerlund on third, and it creates a little bit more of space for any ball that he can shoot something through the infield. Better angle.
Swing and miss, strike two. Tyson just climbed the ladder just a little bit more on that one after that curveball down.
You know, and I thought Canyon Okerlund would back up now that he's got 2 strikes, but he's going to stay up there and make Waylon White swing it.
Oh, that gets him. That gets him. Hit by pitch. Going to save a run, though.
It actually is. That's the best thing that could have happened for South Sevier is for Waylon White to get hit on that pitch, because otherwise it's a pass ball, and that's going to bring in Cash Kabanik, and instead it's a hit by pitch, and Cash will have to go back to third base. So Kanab with first and third here, 2 outs, and Tyson Robb trying to get out number 3 and not give up another run.
Brogan Verotsko's sacrifice bunt, pop up to the catcher, and a ground out to the shortstop. Peyton Ingram goes out, gives the defensive signals. See what they do if they're surely going to try and put Waylon White in motion. Pitch is down for ball 1. See what Coach Brinkerhoff decides to do. He's played it kind of close to the vest from time to time.
Yeah.
But he enjoys
the
9-5 lead.
Yeah.
Yes. Pitch from Tyson. There goes Waylon White. That ball's hit towards the second baseman. Up. Get him in motion, and that's what happens.
That's exactly what happens, and I think obviously with the right-handed hitter, you've got the second baseman, Riley Barney, covering the bag. Ridge Tebbs, the shortstop, staying home. So he goes to take the bag on the still, and nice piece of hitting right there. Waylon White gets from second to third, and Brogan Verosco hits behind the runner, and Riley Barney just can't recover enough to get that ball.
Well, I'm giving it an error. I don't know about yourself. What do you think, Coach?
I kind of think it was a hit just because it was hit behind him and he had to retrace his ground to get back there. It would have been a heck of a play for him just to be able to make it. But I don't know. The score, they give it well, no.
Yeah, he's been kind of off all day. Yeah, he give it a hit. All right. This time we're going to go with that. We'll pull the air off of there. Third hit in the inning then. Runners at first and third. Swing and a miss. Oh, Jaden Holder's up. Pinch hitting for Brogan.
For Logan Veeder.
Logan Veeder.
makes you wonder. I'm sure they'll re-enter Logan Veeder.
I would think so, because he only had strike 2 to Jaden Holder. I had him with 72 pitches. We haven't seen him yet in the tournament, so he's got a bunch more. He got 38 pitches left. There's the curveball. Whoa. Turned on that one.
That one just kind of hung up right in his eyes, and he turned on that one for sure. Fouls it off down the first baseline here towards the Kanab dugout.
So 10-5. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Jaden Holder goes down, but the Kanab Cowboys, they come up with 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. So after 4.5, 5.5, it's 10-5 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Network and V6 Media.
Hey Utah, feeding your family or friends just got a whole lot easier at Pizza Hut in Ridgefield. You can get 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 5 breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings, or you can skip the sides and get 3 medium 1-topping pizzas, all for just $25.99. Just stop by Pizza Hut across the street from Larson's Ace Hardware in Richfield and ask for the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Shop Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab for great bargains of the month. Start the summer off right with great deals on these top-of-the-line products. Get grilling with the best. A 2-pack of 16-pound original charcoal by Kingsford is only $19.88. Complete your outdoor patio set with a 4 Seasons Courtyard Sunny Isles extra large zero-gravity chair for $59.99. That's a savings of $40 or more. Don't miss out and get these bargains in the month while supplies last at Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Call Corey Sorensen in Richfield or Cena Rasmussen in Salina for Sorensen Levitt Insurance.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Biggs Northrop swings and misses the first pitch from Logan Veeder. Next pitch is down in the turf dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. They find themselves down by 5 runs, 10-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Another one in the turf dirt.
Biggs Northrop 1 for 2. He had a single his first time up and then struck out swinging in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he'd like to amend for maybe the misplay on that ball out there in left field that allowed a run to score. Nope, he lifts one up. Who's got it? Third baseman calling it, but Cale Glover at shortstop calls him off for the P6.
Yeah, good communication out there. Like you said, Roscoe called it, and then Glover had the better opportunity coming from a little bit behind, keeping the ball in front of him, able to call him off and make the catch. Kenyon Okerlund now triple and 2 RBIs, and then he hit into the 6-4, his last at-bat, so he's 1 for 2.
So the first pitch from Veeder fouled off. First pitch swinging. They're having trouble the last couple innings putting a run up there against Logan Veeder.
Well, and they, not that those aren't strikes, but sometimes, late in the game you're trailing 5 runs. It might not be a bad approach to see a few pitches and maybe make Logan Veeder work out there on the mound a little bit.
We've talked about that, so he's thrown a few balls here and there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's been pretty good though at painting the strike zone. 1-1. Curveball in there for strike 2.
Well, and I'd say that this Kanab coaching staff, they learned something from that South Sevier Beaver game because very similar in style, Logan Veeder, to what we saw with Yardley.
That one stays upstairs, even things up at 2-2. Yeah, not overpowering stuff, but
just mixes it up and keeps you guessing. He moves it well up and down and then inside and outside.
There's one smoked foul down the left field line. This would be the 6th pitch in the bat. 2-2's count. That one gets back into fair territory. Lane Sims tosses it in to the South Sevier dugout. We'll do it again. 2-2, 1 out. 10-5. South Sevier batting with a 5-run deficit here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Pretty good pitch right there from Veter, almost too close to let it go, but obviously Canyon Okerlund knows the strike zone.
That one's fouled off to stay alive. .82 pitches is what V6 shows over here. I think that's what I've got as well. Another one smoked foul.
He needs to make an adjustment, scoot up in the box. He's just way ahead of everything, and nothing's going to get thrown past Canyon Okerlund.
That got a car out there on University Parkway. Somebody's going to have an insurance claim. That's going to leave a mark. Next pitch, outside. He's going to draw the walk on the 8th pitch.
Yeah, really good at bat from Canyon Okerlund, and that's what you got to do. See some pitches, foul pitches off. Just a really good at bat.
This tells you about the day. Just 3 base on balls given up. Only 1 strikeout, but he's got a 10-5 lead with less than overpowering stuff. So, pitching coach coming out, going to talk things over. Not sure.
He might just be saying, "Hey, you got X amount of pitches left, and let's try to get a ground ball double play. That 1 run doesn't mean anything. No matter what happens, get the sure out." Just a good opportunity to talk to your team and let them know what's going on in the situation.
Yep, I show 85 pitches. They've got 84 here at V6.
Got an update. At the end of 4, Juab leads Carbon 4-0.
4-0. That's Robert who's pitching for Juab. So the first pitch coming to Tyson Robb here. Runner on first. Everybody steps off. Steps out, takes back. Hogan Veter ready. Comes to Tyson Robb. First pitch. That's going to drive. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to get the runner to third. So we're going to end up with runners at second and third. Gives a single, goes to 2 on the throw. Well, I don't think they'd have got him any. We're going to give him the double there.
Yeah, good at bat from Canyon Okerlund to draw the walk, and then what it does is it draws pitching coach out of the dugout, talk things over, and Tyson Robb was sitting first pitch fastball and pounds that one down the left field corner, kind of where Lane Sims is around to corral it before it gets to the wall. But good base running where Okerlund goes first to third, and then, like you said, Tyson Robb gets the double.
Just the 6th hit I've got down for South Sevier. Scoreboard shows 8. I've got a couple errors returned. First pitch to Cameron Hesse, the DH, gets the corner for strike 1. So the 0-1 on its way. Cameron Hesse, he's going to drive one to center field. That will score a run, but that's an out. You don't want to trade outs here. Throw comes to third. So the F8 is out number 2. The run does score. So it's 10-6.
Yeah, and if you're South Sevier, you'll take the run. Hopefully pick up another one right here. You hate to leave him out there at second base. They're saying he did tag up. But, you prefer a base hit versus an out, but at the same time, you'll get those runs. It's only the bottom of the 6th. You still have one more opportunity to swing the bats in the 7th.
Like another one, like I said, to cut it to at least a 3-run deficit. Mm-hmm. Back to the top of the order here, Riley Barney. Oh for 1 in the ball game. Fielder's choice and base on balls. Fouls one off to the left-hand side for strike one. Riley came in hitting .493. Leading batting average on the team with 23 runs driven in with 1 home run.
Yeah, and I would think that, obviously you want to keep him fairly close, but at the same time, any base hit to the outfield's probably going to score him. You want to play your position and once again play for outs.
Yeah, outs are the problem now for South Sevier. They don't have many of them left to give away. Well, they don't have any to give away, but they don't have but 4 left to work with. So the 0-1 to Riley Barney, leadoff hitter. Down in the dirt, but good dig there for Maddox Baird to keep.
Yeah, and Riley Barney wisely puts his hand up, letting Tyson Robb know at second base to stay put. That didn't get past him.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Another one in the dirt. Another good dig there by Maddox Baird. In the turf dirt there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know what turf dirt is, check it out at channelv6.com. Have a look for yourself. Got a lot of it. What ain't green is turf dirt out here. Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. 2 balls, 1 strike to Riley Barney, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Out. Gonna call that strike 2.
Yeah, Barney's going to have to swing now anything close with the 2-2 count and 2 outs. Got Tyson Robb at second base. Outfield still fairly deep. There's lots of room to drop something in front of him.
That bounce hit right at the third baseman. Rotzko over to third for the 5-3 put out.
And the Kanab fans and dugout live, they realize how close they are. 3 outs to getting to that state championship game.
So, had 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on. So at the end of 6 complete, it's 10-6 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, V6 Media for the final inning.
This is how 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help. By delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, we'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
There's Nolan Anderson back here. Larry H. Miller Ballpark. We're in the final inning of the championship game for the day, where number 1 South Sevier finds themselves down 10-6 to number 6 Kanab Cowboys. Kanab coming to bat. They're going to come back with the top of their order. Cale Glover, Jackson Riddle, Lane Sims. It's been a tough top there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs scored by the top 3 in this lineup. Facing Tyson Robb. Cale Glover is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Pitch lifted back foul for strike 1.
Yeah, Cale Glover, he's done a nice job just kind of manning that shortstop position for this Kanab team.
Into 5, Jew have 5, Carbon nothing. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Those of you listening home, that's a 2A update from Kearns Field from Robert Lovell, Corey Sorensen. Curveball. That's lifted. Foul. Who's going to get it? Third baseman. Coming in, Kenyon Okerlund.
Well, we talked about it with Tyson Robb. You're going to get a lot of pop-ups and fly-outs, and we see it right there. Gets the P5 in foul territory.
Out number 1. So that's going to bring up Jackson Riddle. Jackson 1 for 3 in the ball game. With a walk, scored a run. Takes first pitch, ball 1.
Well, we saw him hit that first runner on. He was the first one to get the hit for Kanab, hit the triple.
That's going to find a hole. He's got his second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, just takes that pitch. He sits on that, waits on it, lets it come, and then drives it right through the 5-6 hole. One hopper into the left field.
12th hit for Kanab to go along with their 10 runs. Show 8 hits, 6 runs on the scoreboard for Kanab. I've got them with 6 and 6. But I also show them with 2 errors. They show none. Well, they do show 2. That's going to get out of play. Lifted foul off the bat of Lane Sims. Can't count for the discrepancy there. All I know is calling what I see.
Yeah. Well, that one I thought maybe Peyton Ingram would have had a chance, but it did. It just carried in about 5 rows deep right there.
Tyson steps off. Looks Jackson Riddle back. Lane Sims will be followed by Griffin Bone. There's a curveball. Stays up. Ball 1. Jackson Riddle may have had an opportunity to make that delayed steal.
Yep.
Nobody was watching him. Peyton Ingram normally would see that, throw behind him, going under the hands for strike 2.
Lane Sims has had a great game, drew the walk, and then since then, single, double. He's 3 for 3.
Scored 3 runs.
Yeah, made some nice plays in left field.
Curveball. That's lifted. Somebody going to get there? Yeah, Keegan Heath covering a lot of ground to get there for the F8. And out number 2.
Yeah, and that one he kind of, once again, got under it, popped that one up into short left center field. Didn't get the line drive that he needed. And nice job, Tyson Robb, continuing to get pop up and fly out.
So 2 outs. Runner on first. Kanab Cowboys enjoy a 4-run lead. 10-6 here in the top of the 7th. Larry H. Miller Field. Curveball. Dials it in. Big old sweeper.
Starts that inside. Cuts it across that corner.
Might be a little dangerous, so leaving it up there again for Griffin Bone. He got some good pop. Tries to go going behind. Nope. Almost.
Well, even though he doesn't get him, what that throw down to first base does is it's going to say you cannot get a good secondary lead or that big of a secondary lead because I'm aware of you. I'm going to throw down there.
Let's see if they put him in motion. The 4-run lead. Nope. Curveball. Peyton Ingram goes out there. Lane Sims daring him. Be careful what you wish for. 10-6. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Tyson Robb paints the corner there. For strike 2.
Well, and you got Griffin Bone obviously at the plate 2-2, but you got a hot hitting Cash Kabonik right behind him if Griffin Bone can find his way on base.
There's that curveball.
That could be.
Nope.
Ooh, 2 steps
Big
to the wall. Nice catch and great job of running that down and staying with it as Biggs Northrop catches that one 2 steps from the wall in left field.
Yeah. down there at the 347 line. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and one runner left on. So after 6.5, it's 10-6 in favor of this Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
Teb's Financial is proud to support our local high school baseball teams located at 180 North, 100 East, Suite C in Richfield. Owner Haley Tebs is happy to help with all of your individual and group health insurance needs. At Tebs Financial, they can also offer a wide range of investment options, including IRAs and college savings plans. Stop in or call 893-2107. And remember, Babe Ruth once said, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Securities offered through Parkland Securities Company, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Tebs Financial is independent of Parkland Securities.
Live high school sports
Willie
action
Akers,
on KSVC.
Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field, along with our broadcast partner V6 Media for this tournament. 2A championship game. We're down to the last hacks for South Sevier. They find themselves down by 4. Going here into the bottom of the 7th, they're going to come with the, where are we at? We're at the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Ridge Tibbs, Keegan Heath, Tate Brown.
Yeah, and right now you got to do whatever you can to find a way on base. You need 4 runs, so same thing. You got to be smart on the base pass. You can't be trying to turn singles into doubles and those types of things. It's just station to station.
So, Ridge Tibbs takes the first one upstairs for ball 1. Ridge 0 for 3. He's flown out 3 times today. Came in hitting .438, 1 home run, 25 driven in. Yep. Swinging at the second offering to him, fouling it off the right-hand side. Had a good idea, maybe. Hits it down there. He could be still running.
Well, it looks like we just saw that ball go down through the bullpen and bounce out, and it looks like Kanab going to send down someone to get loose. Looks like maybe Ryan East.
Yep. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
And I think you're only going to see Ryan East if Logan Veter runs out of pitches here.
That's it right at the shortstop. Kyle Glover, he bobbles it momentarily. He ain't going to get him. So, on the E6.
Well, that was a tough one. It took the big hop and then another little short hop in between. And so it forced Kel Glover to really have to get it, throw the ball quickly because Ridge Tebb's getting down the line. And there's a little discussion there at the end where Ridge kind of turned towards second base thinking maybe the ball got past and they tagged him. And now the umpire's telling the dugout or the fans, maybe even some coaches there to relax. Yeah.
So first runner's on. First down by 4. That brings up Keegan Heath. There goes the runner. There's the throw. They're not going to get him. So he steals the base. Pitch called a strike. So Keegan Heath finds himself down 0-1.
Yeah, it's still really surprised that the second baseman, shortstop, there finally Kel Glover just goes over and plays his position because that one run doesn't do a whole lot for South Sevier. Definitely helps, but if you're Kanab, you got to play for 3 outs. So playing more, territory gives you a better chance of making a play on a ground ball.
Cut down the holes, that's for sure. That's going to find a place. That's probably going to, yes, that will score a run. They're going to come home with it. It's cut off so they can hold Keegan Heath to a single.
Yep, 10-7, and you got the number 8 run there, and Keegan Heath on first base with a hot hitting Tate Brown coming up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles.
Peyton Ingram on deck as well. 415, 3 home runs, 20 runs driven in. Coach Brinkerhoff's going to go out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gave him at 100 pitches. They're going to take the ball from him. All right. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by King County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, you'll save 15 cents per gallon of high-quality Chevron gasoline when you spend $50 or more. Save at Glazier's Family Market with their weekly specials, and be sure to check out their digital ads. Check out the Stage Stop convenience store. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, visit King County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
Some hands swing rackets or grip irons. Some make winning plays or navigate steep trails. And some hands heal. They mend broken bones, deliver new life, set us on the right path, and help us feel better again. At Sevier Valley Hospital, our hands are here to help and heal.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, any place. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
Live high school sports action on
KSVC.
Okay, Joshua Perkins is the new pitcher for the Kanab Cowboys. No outs. Got a runner on first, 1 run in to cut the lead to 10-7. Tate Brown at the plate. Josh comes right down over the top. Curveball that misses for ball 1. I would imagine if Tate Brown gets on, you're going to see a pinch runner.
Yeah, for sure. And they'll getting signs from Coach Brown down there at third.
Ball 2. Comes in and has to face a left-handed hitter. You don't know how many left-handed hitters that Joshua Perkins has faced, but it's a different experience. And Tate's right up on the plate this time. He's going to make it difficult. That one's down for ball 3.
Yeah, and what this does right here, Tate Brown reaches base. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate with no outs. We saw these two teams, like I said, last year in the quarterfinals. Looked like maybe Kanab's going to win it, and then all of a sudden, here comes Sal. Sevier comes back and gets the 11-10 win.
To win it. Down 10-8, come back with 3 runs to win it, with still no outs on the board, if I remember right. That 3-1 is 3-0 is right there for strike 1. Tate Brown didn't want that one. He can hit it the opposite way. But he likes that kind of down and in the middle half. Keegan Heath on the run. There's a late throw on the base on balls. So the base on balls is going to bring the tying run to the plate. They're going to put in the pinch runner just like we talked about. That's number 5. And that's
going to be Max Bastian.
Peyton Mitchell.
Oh, sorry, yes. I was
Peyton
looking.
Mitchell. So Peyton Mitchell.
Well, the thing, too, is by just getting that walk right there, we've seen Peyton Ingram hit a home run. We saw that last Saturday, hits a grand slam. Canyon Okerlund, he's in the hole. He hit a 3-run homer here on this field. You're one swing from tying it up.
Yeah, you got to be careful on the bases here, though, that you don't outrun yourself.
Yeah.
You don't really want to trade a run for an out. I mean, you want all the runs you can get, but you want to keep the 0 in that out column up there. Next pitch. Maddox Baird tried to sell it, but no go.
Yeah, he's asking the umpire right there.
I can tell him where it was at.
Yeah.
1-1's the count. 10-7, nobody out. Runners at first and second. Next pitch, going to get the upper portion of the strike zone. Peyton Ingram wasn't too happy. He hadn't got many of them today when he'd been sitting back there where Maddox Baird is now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Going to have to protect. Peyton Mitchell, not very big lead. That's the
balk.
That's up. They called the balk. No pause.
Yeah, just kind of did not come completely set.
So no pitch. The count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maddox Baird asking the home plate ump. How about that one? But yeah, you do. When you're pitching from the stretch, you have to come to a definite pause.
Well, the other thing that does is takes the force off. Now you got to throw across the diamond.
Maddox Baird going to come out and call some defensive signals. They, on the other hand, can trade an out for a run.
Mm-hmm. Well, they technically could trade 2 outs and give the 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but yeah.
At least one. They can do it twice, really without worrying. That ball lifted. Foul. Is that going to stay in play? Maybe so. Cash Bonnet comes. Throw goes home. Throw goes. What would we say about running yourself out of it?
Yep. Big mistake out there. Really nice play from Cash Gabonik. Make the catch and makes a 1 hopper into home, and so everybody has to go back. But Mitchell too far off second base, thinking maybe the runner's going to go home. I can get to third base and ends up with basically turns into 2 outs really quickly and nobody on base. Get the 1 run across, and it's 10-8.
That leaves the Big Northrop to get things started again. Yep, you have an underclassman out there running and just got ahead of himself. Here's the first pitch to Biggs. Upstairs for ball 1. I think Biggs, even if the big bat should.
Yeah, you got to see a strike.
Yeah, you got to see a strike.
Because then you can bring up Canyon Okerlund, who could tie the game, but you got to get someone on base.
Outside ball 2. So first baseman Griffin Bone, he's a little savvy in these situations. He's going to come in and talk to his pitcher. James Settleland, just throw a strike here. And that's what he's doing. He's going to take to you, throw him a strike. Here's the 0-2, or the 2-0. Up. I thought it would. It's coming back here towards us. Hits the screen, going to bounce back. Oh, look out down below. So, well, we've been proven wrong a couple times in the tournament. Big Northrop swinging on a 2-0 pitch. Biggs is 1 for 3 on the day. Came in hitting .426, 5 home runs, 27 runs driven in. He's the last hope right now for the South Sevier Rams. Calls timeout.
Kind of just a stare down right now between pitcher and Biggs Northrop.
Here's the pitch. Stays upstairs. That's an easy one to lay off of up there. If you want to tickle him, you're going to have to get that closer to the strike zone. 3-1. You don't want to put him on and bring the tying run to the plate. Biggs looks at strike 2. Little bitty curveball there. Took something off.
Yeah, fans on their feet now a little bit here for Kanab.
In the corner. Make sure you got your players behind you. Second baseman wasn't looking. Now he is. That's upstairs. Ball 4.
Yeah, so if you're South Sevier, you got to really be excited about the chances you have now. At least you get a chance to bring the tying run to the plate in Canyon Okerlund.
Well, and Canyon's got to be selective too. You know, he's just the tying run. We got to make sure, you know, that he's going to be able to tie one. I still think you're taking a strike, but we've been wrong with Biggs. We may be wrong with Canyon. See what happens here. Ball 1.
Bach did not pause again, so that's going to move Biggs Northrop from first to second.
Well, that's a big one because now they got to come to first unless Biggs runs himself out of something.
Well, now you got Jackson Riddle coming over, talking to him, and even Griffin Bone. And, Josh Perkins, the junior, you just got to take a little bit of time. Come set, focus on the batter.
Big Northup was probably not going to be running on that. Next pitch is upstairs, so ball 1.
And he's just leaving the
could be interesting if he walks this guy, what Coach Craig Brinkerhoff's going to do.
I dare bet he's probably going to maybe pull him,
Well, you got some more
back-to-back walks,
Logan Beater that still had some left. That's good. Center field. Waylon Weiss going to go back. And he's got that one for out number 3, the F8. Kenyon Oakland does not take a strike. Out number 3. So they do score 2 runs and get back within 2. But the final score here is going to be 10-8. We'll be back with the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet post-game show on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.